New year, same content. But the only difference now compared to last year is we're slowly approaching the end of the game. Alright, let's get down to business. Now, I've sang the praises of Battle Tower for quite some time because I said something about teaming with the stat trainers back in Diamond and Pearl, and I liked it. Although, when it came to teaming with Buck, I'm not really sure how I felt about that, so I'm just going to take this time to talk about Buck's team at the Battle Tower. Most notably some of the Pokemon he used. Pokemon like Cloyster, Shuckle, Regice, Registeel, Umbreon, and Dusknoir. So for Diamond and Pearl, his Cloyster's moveset consisted of Toxic, Double Team, Protect, and Whirlpool. And I have to say, I like that kind of moveset. The Dread Toxic Whirlpool combo, that's something I'd use. As for Double Team and Protect, well, I guess the purpose of those two moves is so that way the poison from Toxic will really rack up. And for Platinum, Cloyster's moveset consisted of Toxic, Protect, Dive, and Avalanche. Well, I don't know how I feel about that particular moveset because I'm more of a Toxic Whirlpool kind of guy because that's one of the best combos out there. Although looking at Dive, well, I guess the purpose of that move is so that way you can dodge attacks and also ensure that the poison from Toxic will really rack up. Oh yeah, if you're going to use Dive, just be cautious of one thing. If you're in the process of using Dive, then Surf will do double the damage, so yeah, watch out for that. And as for Avalanche, well, I don't quite recall Cloyster's space attack by heart, so I'm not sure how I feel about Avalanche. If anything, I would give my Cloyster Clamp so that way, if the opponent can't switch out, then they'll have no choice but to take damage from the poison. Oh yeah, back in Victory Road when I was teamed with Marley, I did say that she didn't use Arcanine in the Battle Tower. Well, that's the same case for Buck. Yeah, he hasn't used Claydol in Battle Tower in Diamond and Pearl, and I have no idea why, because I feel as though that the Stat Trainer should be able to use their signature Pokemon in Battle Tower. But for the case of Marley and Buck, yeah, they didn't use Arcanine or Claydol respectively. But good thing that was fixed in Platinum. Alright, moving on to Shuckle. Well, actually, Buck had a few Shuckles with various movesets. So, here's one of the movesets from one of his Shuckles. Withdraw, Rest, Protect, and Swagger. And all the while I'm thinking, what the hell kind of moveset is this? I mean, the only way you could do damage is if the opponent hits himself with double the attack, and that's it. Other than that, Shuckle can't really do much else. I mean, I know Buck's supposed to be all about defense, but this is not what I had in mind. A good thing he's not using Shuckle in these battles, otherwise, well, essentially, I think this would be a 2-on-1 fight because all Shuckle's going to do is just sit there and stall the battle. So yeah, I don't think this is a moveset I would give to my Shuckle. Okay, here's another moveset. Toxic, Double Team, Substitute, and Sandstorm. Well, I guess that's slightly better, although I'm not really sure if I'm telling the truth here, because the only way that Shuckle could do damage is if it were to use Toxic or Sandstorm. Also, looking at its moveset, what if it runs into a Steelix? What do you do then? So yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there weren't a whole lot of moves in Diamond and Pearl, and that's why some of these Shuckles have horrible movesets. But for Platinum, well, one Shuckle moveset really spoke out to me, so to speak. So this Shuckle had Wrap, Toxic, Swagger, and Attract as its moves. Well, okay, I guess that's a better moveset because Toxic and Wrap, well, yeah, that's going to make it so that way the opposing Pokemon will have no choice but to take damage from the poison. Swagger, well, I guess that's good too, so that way the opposing Pokemon could occasionally hit themselves with double the attack power. Attract, well, okay, I guess that's good too, since if you use Wrap and then Attract, then the opposing Pokemon can't switch out. So it's basically torturing the opponents. Yeah, I think I've been on the receiving end of that so many times. Okay, for Regice, well, there's nothing wrong with his Regice moveset in particular. Well, this one really spoke to me. So his Regice had Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Protect, and Toxic. Well, it kind of looks similar to the moveset I gave to my Regice back in Emerald 386, so that's why I'm kind of impressed with this Regice moveset. So, Toxic and Protect, well, I was going to say that maybe Toxic isn't the best move to give to Regice. Actually, no, wait, Toxic is the best move to give to Regice. I was talking about Protect. Sorry about that. But then again, I guess that's going to increase the poison damage, so okay, I guess Toxic can protect will work. And for Registeel, one of his Registeel's movesets consisted of Double Team, Explosion, Substitute, and Swagger. Once again, what the hell kind of moveset is this? So the only way this Registeel could do damage is if it were to use Swagger or blow up in your face. So yeah, I'm on the verge of thinking that maybe this Registeel is just here to stall the battle. And if it can't, then I guess it'll just blow up in your face. Not the kind of Registeel moveset I would give to my Registeel. Well, yeah, sure, it was unusable in Generation 3, but in Gen 4, well, it got a lot better. So yeah, this is not a moveset I would give to my Registeel. And for Umbreon. Gee, where do I start? Well, I guess he had quite a few Umbreons with him, and they all had various movesets, although I'm not really sure if I can list them off because, well, some of the movesets those Umbreons had really stuck out to me. Moves like Toxic, Protect, Mean Look, Moonlight, Screech, and Swagger. In Platinum, it did have Toxic and Mean Look as two of its moves, but for Diamond and Pearl, well, some of his Umbreons did have Toxic and Mean Look, but not as two of its same moves. Well, if I were to give my Umbreon a stalling moveset, then I guess I would give it Mean Look and Toxic, so that way, since the opponent can't switch out, then they'll take a lot of damage from Toxic. And for Dusknoir, in Diamond and Pearl, his Dusknoir's moveset consisted of Substitute, Curse, Protect, and Paint Sweat. Well, I'm not really sure how I feel about that particular moveset because Curse, well, I guess that could work, so that way the opposing Pokemon will take 1/4 damage at the end of every turn. Pain Splits, well, I'm not really sure if I still know how to work that move because, well, I don't use Pain Split all that much, but I guess that can help since I just cut my HP in half, I guess. Actually, I don't quite recall how much HP you lose when you use Curse as a Ghost type because it's been a while since I last used that move. So for Platinum, Dusknoir's moveset consisted of Confuse Ray, Curse, Attract, and Paint Splits. Well, to me, I guess that kind of moveset is the same as the one from Diamond and Pearl, although it's slightly different. I think Dusknoir can learn Mean Look, so yeah, if Dusknoir were to have Mean Look, then you could put your opponent at their mercy, so that way you could use Curse to get rid of their HP. Now, I want to turn my attention to Cheryl because I believe she, I guess, used some of the same Pokemon that Buck used. In Diamond Pearl, Cheryl did have an Umbreon, and that Umbreon knew Screech, Swagger, Mean Look, and Moonlight. Once again, what the hell kind of moveset is that? Well, actually, maybe I'll take that comment back because looking at Screech and Swagger, well, I guess that could work because if you lower your opposing Pokemon's physical defense, then I guess you could do a lot of damage to them if they were to hit themselves in confusion with double the attack power. So yeah, I guess maybe I guess that kind of combo is pretty good. Also, with Mean Look, that means they can't switch out, so yeah, I guess they'll be at the mercy of you because they can't switch out, and they'll probably hit themselves in confusion. Also, in Platinum, Cheryl used some particular Pokemon that don't have a very decent HP stats. Pokemon like Alakazam, Starmie, Venusaur, Espeon, and Dusknoir. Have you seen Dusknoir's HP stat? 45. Yeah, I don't know what was the logic behind that because, yeah, I get that Cheryl's supposed to be all about HP, but Dusknoir, yeah, even though it has good defenses, yeah, Dusknoir is not a Pokemon that has a very good HP stats. Come to think of it, I don't think Cheryl had a whole lot of Pokemon on her in Battle Tower in Diamond and Pearl, so that's why I was pretty hesitant to team with her back then. Same thing with Buck, because if I were to team with him, then to me, I guess it's essentially a 2-on-1 fight because all he's going to do is just stall the battle, and I'm not really sure if I'll really get anywhere. So yeah, even though I'm all about bulky Pokemon, still, my patience can only handle something like that for so long. So yeah, I don't really like teaming with Buck or Cheryl all that much when I was playing around at the Battle Tower. So as for other Pokemon, like say Venusaur, well, even though I guess Venusaur's HP stat is kind of decent, well, I believe her Venusaur's moveset consisted of, I guess, stall tactics. I don't quite recall the moveset by heart, but I guess some of the moves it had consisted of, let's see, Ingrain, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, I guess, and also Toxic. And believe me, I've been on the receiving end of that Venusaur one too many times. Although, as the days went by, I've learned to use Taunt on some of these Pokemon so that way they can hit themselves with recoil damage because they use Struggle. Yeah, that's something I didn't learn about until I was much older. Also, I believe Cheryl had Porygon 2 and Porygon Z as some of the Pokemon she used, and I'm not really sure what those two have anything to do with HP. Yeah, sure, Porygon 2 is all about defense, but as for its HP, well, I don't quite recall it. As for Porygon Z, well, I believe that thing's all about special attacking. Also, she had a Cresselia as well, and I believe Buck had a Cresselia too, since, as you all know, Cresselia is a very good defensive Pokemon, and that's the reason why I used it instead of something like Celebi or Mew. And I believe Cheryl had a Cresselia as well, and I believe one of its movesets consisted of stalling tactics. I don't quite recall what the stalling tactic was, but yeah, it was really hard to put damage on her. Actually, no, wait, I wasn't facing her. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, it was really hard to team with her because her Cresselia kept on not doing anything. I mean, I don't mind teaming with people, but at least they could do something. Oh yeah, if I was playing the original games, then in this world there would actually be the Flame Plate there. But I'll be getting that later on in the game. There's actually an interesting story about the Flame Plates. Something involving Heatran, but I'll get back to that some other time. So yeah, playing around at the Battle Tower all those years ago, well, it was pretty fun, but not at the cost of my partner not really doing a whole lot. Although in Black and White, yeah, I think I teamed with Hilda, I believe her name was. Yeah, her defensive team, yeah, I did try that one time, and yeah, maybe it wasn't a good idea because, well, as you know, Pokemon that are all about defense, I guess they tend to solve the battle, and I guess that's exactly what her Pokemon did, and yeah, I'm not really sure if it really worked out for me. Well, occasionally some of her Pokemon did do something. I don't quite recall which one of her Pokemon did something, because it's been a while since I last played around at the Battle Subway. But still, I do like a bit of defense, but not at the cost of the Pokemon not doing anything. Okay, so for Platinum, I believe Buck had other Pokemon. Let's see, I think he had Articuno, Suicune, what else? Shoot, I don't remember. Well, I guess those Pokemon were pretty good to use. Oh, these two guys here? I don't think I have enough time to fight them, so why don't I just trigger a random battle so that way I could at least do something before time runs out. Oh yeah, I believe Cheryl had a Hippowdon in Platinum, which I guess is good because Hippowdon has quite a bit of HP. She also had a Abomasnow as well. I'm not really sure if Abomasnow has a whole lot of HP, probably not because last time I checked that thing doesn't have any stats over 100, so yeah, I'm not really sure what was the logic behind that. Maybe for stalling tactics because I seem to recall that Abomasnow was doing that. Well, not the Pokemon I would choose personally for stalling tactics because, well, if it's something that doesn't have any stats over 100, then I don't see myself using that thing. Although, I have used some Pokemon that didn't have any stats over 100 over the years. Like, say, I guess, Butterfree. Hey, don't knock until you try it. But still, using Abomasnow for stall tactics, yeah, that's something I wouldn't do. As for other Pokemon like Starmie, well, it's pretty frail, so I don't know why Cheryl had that in Platinum. Espeon, it's pretty frail, so yeah, once again, I don't know why she had that in Platinum. Okay, I'm just going to leave it off for here today, so next time, more of Stark Mountain. See you next time.